I wanted to be a photographer for National Geographic, which I've been for the last 22 years, since I was 8 years old. Lying on my living room floor in Fort Wayne, Indiana, turning the pages of the magazine, looking at exotic cultures and people that I wanted to meet. I work with big cats, but I didn't choose big cats. Big cats chose me. And this happened on a story I was doing, and it was really strange. I was doing a story on the resplendent Quetzal, high on a mountaintop in the cloud forest of Guatemala. One night, lying in my bunk, reading my book, when all of a sudden I heard the stairs creak. Then I heard the floorboards creak. And then underneath the door, I heard this scratching. And then all the hair on the back of my head, or every part of my body, stood up. I grabbed my machete, whacked it on the side of the bed. I heard nothing. Then I whistled, and then I heard the animal bounding down the stairs. I grabbed my walkie-talkie, called Juan Carlos down the mountain, who's a naturalist I was working with, and told him what had happened. And Juan Carlos said, "Esteban, no problema. It's just a black jaguar." Well, no problem for you, Juan Carlos, because you're drinking in the pub down in the village. And if anybody told me my next story would be the first story ever at National Geographic on the world's third largest cat, I would have said, "You're crazy. I don't know anything about jaguars." And I don't have a background in biology. That's why I work with scientists. Specifically, one of my best friends, Dr. Alan Rabinowitz, CEO of Panthera. Alan and I started my quest on tigers in Myanmar, doing a story for National Geographic on the Hukong Valley, the creation of the world's largest tiger reserve. We worked with scientists quantifying the fact whether there were enough animals and tigers to create a park of this size. This was my first foray into Asian jungles, and I came in putting all my equipment on the back of 3 elephants and went into the jungle. But between the time I proposed the story and got there, life had changed, as life does in the natural world and our city world. 100,000 miners came in, cut down the forest, and started gold mining, looking for riches. The story changed. I had to change with it. And one of the things I've always said is that animals do not live in a Shangri-La. Though most of the photography and what we see on television makes us seem like they do. We need to show the humans that animals live with, the ecosystem, and the interaction between them all. We do a disservice to viewers and readers when we only show them pretty pictures of a Shangri-La. We change, we show the truth, and the truth will set us free and help save our wildlife. 100,000 wild people come in. Did they bring a supermarket with them? No. What'd they like to eat? The same food of the tiger. You can't eat the same food of the tiger and expect the tiger to survive. Who came behind them? The Burma Road opened. Traders from China looking for ingredients for a traditional Chinese medicine market. They set up tables on the street corners, like tiger bone on the right and elephant skin on the left. I talked to a village elder who had a trophy board where he prayed before he went hunting to the spirits of the animals. His son had no trophy board. He sold those skulls to the Chinese traders. I searched out a Naga shaman and asked him, when was the last tiger you'd ever seen? He said, I'm wearing it around my neck and the hat on my head. The realm of the tiger had changed, and not for the good. But I went to Kaziranga, the historic landscape of the tiger, where tigers still live with other animals as in centuries past, and I learned why tigers have stripes. The tigers in Kaziranga live with 80% of the world's one-horned rhinos, the largest population of Asian elephants and water buffalo. I rely on the expertise of guards to protect me and tell me where the animals are, because I use remote cameras. I try to get intimate eye-to-eye view of the animals in a way that I couldn't get unless I would be dead. There's no way I'm going to get a picture of a tiger this close, so I use remote cameras. Because I have to find a way for you to look at animals again. We see pictures every minute of the day. Every moment we get up, we grab our phone, look at Facebook, Instagram, everything. But why my pictures need to find a way to save animals. Kaziranga is only the way it is because of all the guards with a shoot-to-kill policy. And tigers are protected because poachers go after rhinos. So it's an unfortunate fact, but the guards are great shots. They're up against poachers with AK-47s, but in many instances they do capture the poachers. The animals are safe deep within the park, but Kaziranga is surrounded by tea gardens, farms. And when animals leave, they run into problems with human-animal conflict, like these elephants. They went into roads, villages, oil refineries, and end up dead like this one, who's being revered by the village elder. But I found that there's only 3,000 tigers left in the wild and proposed a new story to National Geographic magazine to give tigers a voice. I went to Sumatra, where they said the next tiger would go extinct. Sumatra is under siege by palm oil plantations. People come into the area to work for the plantations and set up snares. But snares are indiscriminate. They capture tigers also. Like this cub who spent 3 days in a snare and had its front paw removed. I loved the tenderness shown by the guard here carrying the tiger's tail. The black market in endangered species is worth $20 billion a year. Drugs, guns, humans, and endangered species. This tiger was poached inside of a zoo. But I believe the tigers are worth more alive than dead. Innovative programs have started using ex-poachers and ex-loggers to be forest guards, because who better to find a poacher than an ex-poacher? And this ex-poacher showed me where to find the only picture of a Sumatran tiger. The only tiger with a mane, like a lion. Now the Sumatran tiger is the largest population of tigers outside of India. A success story, I'd say. I went to Hoi Kai Keng in Thailand to work with the Thai tiger team. This area was decimated 20 years ago with hardly any tigers left or any animals. Poaching was so rampant. The Thai tiger team camera traps, snares, and for the first time in history, they're doing a study on the home range of female tigers, where they go, how much land they need with their cubs. Do they go outside? These animals are protected by the Smart Patrol Rangers, an innovative program that's used all over South Asia. They work with Thai military and police because this is a war against the poachers. And I got a picture, finally, of an Indo-Chinese tiger. And Hoi Kai Keng is a perfect example of rewilding, taking a habitat that has been decimated and in 20 years bringing it back to the ecosystem it is today. An example for the world by the paper that Ulas Karant wrote, India's #1 tiger expert. But I came to India. You have 1.3 billion people and 1,700 Bengal tigers with an economy that's booming. I say, congratulations. There's a lot that needs to be done. But what about the country that wants all the tiger bone? How many tiger reserves do they have? A big fat 0. So congratulations, India. We have a big road ahead of us, but it's good. I spent most of my time in Bandhavgarh on top of an elephant or working in an open jeep and asking the guards, where should I put my camera traps? Where would you put a camera trap? Everyone says, Pat Parnala waterhole. And I worked with 3 tiger cubs for many months. But I also needed to show tigers leaving the park. What happens? Tigers need protected corridors. And the village relocation program that the Indian government has is incredible and needs to be expanded over the whole country so animals can move from one protected area to another. Because if not, people poison tigers. And they come into poachers' crosshairs. But I believe that if we save tigers, we save ourselves. If you save the top predator in any ecosystem, you save the whole ecosystem. Our forests are our lungs of the world, pulling carbon from the air and slowing climate change. They're also a sponge, giving us water for our rivers and lakes to drink. So if we save tigers, we save ourselves. There's only 2 pictures I've ever taken that brought tears to my eyes. This was one of them in Bandhavgarh National Park. We do have hope, because those were tears of hope. Where there's life, there is hope. If we all work together, governments work with scientists, NGOs, local people, we can save the tiger. Thank you very much.